You guys do not understand what is happening to Russia as a result of the Ukraine attacks. The Russian government doesn't care about losing over 1 million troops in this battle or the tens of thousands displaced from the Ukrainian incursion in Kursk. They also don't care about the tens of billions of dollars of military equipment that have been turned to scrap. But what they do care about, more than anything right now, is Ukraine's destroying Russia's capacity for even having an economy by taking out their energy infrastructure. The lifeblood of Russia's economy are fossil fuel exports, primarily crude oil. They are the world's third largest producer of it at about 9.85 million barrels a day. And to top it off, they are the world's fourth largest natural gas exporter. If you want to know who number one is, that's America. So if oil can't trade oil and natural gas, then Russia doesn't have an economy. Russia collapses. To make matters even worse for Russia is that they have a wartime economy right now. So it's nowhere near as diversified as it was, which it wasn't really great in the first place. I mean, they are nowhere near as developed or diversified as, let's say, China or Japan. But because of this wartime economy, they are even more heavily dependent on fossil fuels, meaning that there are less resources for them to export to try to fund the war that they're failing at. And Russia also has to be able to refine the crude oil to get the gasoline they need to actually drive the vehicles they're using. And Ukraine has been attacking all of this with wave after wave of drone and missile strikes to the point where Russia has lost 1/3 of their oil refining capacity. So even though oil prices around the world have been consistently crashing, oil and gas prices in Russia just keep going up. And right now, Russia has banned the export of gasoline as several parts of the country are facing shortages, even though they're supposed to be one of the world's top supplier of this refined product. And it's not like Ukraine's President Zelensky is doing this on his own. He is being encouraged by our president as we speak to keep doing what he's doing, especially with the destruction of the Russian Druzhba oil pipeline, which is still feeding Hungary and the Czech Republic. Oh, I'm sorry, Slovakia, not the Czech Republic. And I will keep saying this till I'm blue in the face, but how is nobody talking about Russia being one of the main energy exporters of the world, having their energy infrastructure attacked, yet the price of oil and natural gas keeps crashing? Now, I completely understand that OPEC, Saudi Arabia, they have been increasing oil production dramatically. So we are seeing a drop in the price of oil, but we are not seeing any price shocks with one of the top oil exporters getting their oil refineries and storage depots completely destroyed. And then there's the United States. Why on earth are they still pumping out record amounts of oil, more than any other country has ever produced, when it's not profitable for them to keep doing this? We should see this crude oil production start to drop, but we're not doing it. It's actually still climbing. Now look at the predicament that the Russian economy is in. Their oil is selling for dirt cheap in the world markets, so they can barely make any profit, if not no profit. But inside their country, that oil, that gasoline, is getting way too expensive. It's getting difficult for the domestic side of Russia's economy to deal with constant fuel shocks almost every single day, aside from not feeling safe because of Ukrainian drone attacks. But the death blow for the Russian economy might come if this war actually ends. Because like I said before, the entire economy has been devoted to the military. The entire industrial base is devoted to making cars, trucks, planes, everything that can be outfit for the soldiers and pilots. So what happens to all the factory workers when there's no more of a war to be fought? What jobs are they going to have when the military industrial complex doesn't have to be fed so much? And how are the wages going to be impacted when hundreds of thousands of Russian troops come back home and want to work? And how will the Russian economy transition to a peacetime economy as one of the world's top energy exporters when their energy infrastructure is being destroyed every single day? So even if Russia decides to become reasonable and they all leave Ukraine today, it will take months to repair all the energy infrastructure damage that was done by Ukraine, and much longer for the economy to be able to fit the soldiers coming back for work and the military industrial complex that has to refit for a regular economy again. I am the Geo Husar, and Russia is screwed. Thanks for watching.